Durant mauvais temps, si l'année en chaise éclair avec l'ouaille, déplogue toute appliance et puis équipement qui a servi courant électrique. Éclair ça haussé quantité courant à sous système courant lucilec. Appliance et équipement qui en service est dommagé. Fait assis ou ni flashlight, radio qui a servi batterie et l'autre batterie qui fouet à sous réserve pour si en cas la panique courant. Ça c'était en commission Rod Lucilec.
Get set for Day 2 of Victoria Day 2022, a 2-in-1 classic event on Saturday, November 12th. Calling out all country lovers to come walk the floor on the inside with DJ TikTok, DJ Bucker, and DJ Fatboy. Then on the outside, it's the street party, car audio sound clash, short shots competition, and so much more. Featuring live DJ Irv, live performances by guest artists. Also enjoy food and drink specials. Kickoff time 8 p.m. It's Day 2 of Victoria Day 2022 inside the Cool Joints Disco in Victoria, Choiseul. Saturday, November 12th.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edisa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022.
88.5. Soufre.
Welcome to Youth Voices with
your
your
voice,
host, Miss
your
Edisa
life.
Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble avec toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready?
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning. Oh, every morning. When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning. Oh, every morning. I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to this. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air as far as I can. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, as far as I can. Oh, 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 I can, yeah. My two hands in the air as far as I can.
Okay, and we are back to your voices. Of course, I know I am Miss. Definitely. And so I am back in studio with you. I'm hoping that you didn't forget who I was. I am Miss Edisa Eugene, your favorite host, of course, for your voices. And of course, it feels good to be back. I want to apologize for being out so long on a little vacation. But of course, due to some circumstances beyond my control. But I am happy to be back in studio today, and I'm hoping that you are happy that I am back as well. And so with me in studio today, I also have a very young individual that most persons may just see walking on the road casually on just his business and stuff. To persons, we don't really see him as someone who speaks. I think that is something that most persons could say in the community. However, again, this is one of the young persons that has been very instrumental in our community, but behind the scenes, he has been doing a lot. And so this afternoon, I want to introduce to you Mr. Jordan Lamontagne. Most of us might just know him as Jordan, but the Lamontagne family, we could see it on the face. So, Mr. Jordan Lamontagne is from the community of New Development, but I won't say too much. Mr. Lamontagne, let the people know who you are.
Hello, Edisa. Thank you for having me on the show today. Yes, my name is Jordan Lamontagne. I'm also 21 years old, and let's see what questions you have for me today.
Okay, so of course, you heard it from him. Here is Jordan Lamontagne. He's 21 years old. But within that 21 years, Jordan has been doing a lot of brilliant things and even working with certain things that most persons find difficult. He's actually, to me, an IT genius. And so today we'll be talking about his IT life, basically. He will be telling us so much about him being an IT genius and why. And a little secret I want to know is why Jordan doesn't play football anymore. But we will come to that. So first off, Jordan, of course, I want to ask you, what do you do? Just casually on a daily basis, what do you do?
I guess I would say I study my webmaster courses. I also look for new ways in terms of improving day by day. Well, now I work at ITEL as tech support. I do basic stuff like modem activation and cable box activations, phone activations, and troubleshooting some tech issues. On the side, I start my own business, Graphics Express, in which case me and my partner Marlon, we do tech repair. We program the Fire Sticks to have channels and movies and TV shows. We also do graphic design and basically everything what could be done in IT on the side.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff. So you just gave us a whole lot of information within that short space of time, and I love that. It's nice to see that you have taken up your skills and you have diverted it into even a business, well, a partnership, right? Mm-hmm. And that is great. Before I focus a little more on your business, though, I want you to share with me, how did you develop that love for IT?
Well, I guess I was exploring through multiple things while I was growing up. I played football, I did swimming, I ventured around various stuff that I found to be boring as time went on. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try exploring for IT. At least there's so much to do in that field that there won't be enough for me to be like, okay, I learned everything in this topic. There's nothing to do. Like in football, there'll always be the same rules, same concepts. But IT, it's evolving day by day, and there's a lot to learn and more things that will grow in IT that I could learn throughout it. And let's say I just won't get bored.
Okay, nice. Now, I love the fact that you said that, well, you cleared the air about why you left football and swimming, because I was about to come to that. Mind you, I never knew Jordan used to swim. I don't even see Jordan as a swimmer. But just to, conversation-wise, can you swim though?
I could swim. I can also play the piano. I ventured into music, and yes, basically the reason why I stray away from football is because basically I couldn't handle the arguing and the drama. I just want to play to have fun.
To be at peace.
Yes, at peace.
Fun. Okay, nice. And again, it is very interesting to see somebody like Jordan. Who would have thought Jordan? Imagine Jordan on a playing field. What position you used to play, Jordan?
Middle of midfield.
Midfield, wow, that's my position. That's my position there, You know the midfielder actually have to move.
Yeah, up and down.
Wow, and I'm pretty sure anybody listening right now will say, Jordan, midfield. But I mean, of course, everybody have the times when you said that's not your thing anymore. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to see your parents are still involved in the whole sporting vibes. They're keeping it going and you are still assisting.
Yeah, though the the tragic thing about it, my father, as we all know, is the coach, Gilroy. He started football because of me, as I am dyslexic. So he wanted to start this club just to get me out there, and as football is one of the learning abilities.
Right.
And he started it all for me, and I just strayed away from it because as soon as my friends strayed away from it, the fun of it just kind of strayed away.
Understood, but I think you cannot afford to be disappointing your daddy, so you better try to take up that mantle again and at least just go once in a while, do a little training, even though you don't play for the side, but just train, be there and stay in shape, I could say. Because if you're seated at your laptop or something all day, you could actually gain weight. So
I don't know about that.
You have been gaining weight. Don't be fooled. You are gaining weight.
Gaining weight?
Sometimes I'm slimmer than you and you have a little more. Well, I might have more fat than you. Sometimes I'm slimmer. Don't be fooled. But let's go right back to you being an IT genius. Thanks for a little commercial break there. Very interesting. But again, you have been involved in IT for quite some time. When would you say that your interest for IT was sparked? Was it at infant level, secondary school level, when?
I would say around Form 2 area, where I just started watching. I got fascinated into games. I got fascinated into different programming. I was like, how do they do this programming? How is the websites be created? It looks so good, but can it be that simple? Well, as I went into that field, I came to realize it is not that simple. Learning C++, JavaScript, and HTML, all those programming codes come with a good tool of knowledge.
Okay, nice. And earlier on, you mentioned that you are taking on your webmaster course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, just by the sound of it sounds difficult to some of us.
Mm-hmm.
So run us through what it's all about.
Well, basically learning the tools like WordPress and Wix.com. It might sound like gibberish to most people, but it's basically like a host in which case you would create your websites and learn how to do it in terms of typography and all those type of stuff in terms of creating a website. It all comes. You can't just put a website out and just put random stuff on it. That don't make sense. You have to make sure everything suits everywhere it's supposed to be. And yeah, it's a tough journey, but I've created my website already for my business, which is graphicsexpress.com. Only just to advertise my stuff, and also made my YouTube and also Instagram and Facebook, just to have some experience in that field, as I want to feel like before I migrate to other things, I want to at least say I did something in St. Lucia. If I ever say I want to go migrate to England and do IT and go to Canada and all those other stuff.
Okay, excellent. And you just mentioned that you built your own website for your business and everything. Now, I am not sure if it is true, but I know I have heard certain persons say that you actually need patience in order to build a website. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you do need patience, as sometimes you might get errors, like in terms of HTML. If you put one programming code that's wrong, it will not run, as sometimes it will be frustrating. For example, in IT SBA, you have to create a programming code, Pascal. Okay. And I remember that was being very, very frustrating, as one error means it'll just crash.
I know the feeling. And so, of course, I am very much surprised that you actually decided to sit and take your time to build up your business with your skills. And of course, to see that you are actually doing so well so far, especially with just getting the social media exposure out there. I want to just say kudos to you and keep on doing the good work. And so, what are some of the online resources you would say that you have been using over the past years to help you build up your skills?
I would say well, I'll big up YouTube for it. Mostly as most of the stuff I learned is from YouTube,
Okay.
and I'd say I just played around with other stuff like simple Wix.com or WordPress, or just exploring through little things on the web that will improve my skill sets, like just exploring through normal, let's say gaming. I'll say, you know what, I'm bored, I'll try create a little program, a little game. So I went some errors. I had a little curse in my room, said why is it not working, and other stuff like that. So I went through my trial and error, and now I'm here at what I am today. I started my work at the call center. I said, you know what, let me try and get out of my comfort zone and
Very good, huh?
go towards call center. My biggest disadvantage is speaking, as I can't really keep eye contact with people, as I have anxiety in majority of cases. So I would usually not put myself in these situations if I couldn't. But I say, you know what, if I have to go out, be better than what I am, I need to speak.
Yes.
I can't just stay in my room and say, you know what, I'll just stay in my room and try and make money, and that'll be it. No, all the other people that strive in IT did have to speak. Like Steve Jobs created Apple. He went up in the States and advertised his product. Bill Gates, Microsoft, and Jeff Bezos, Amazon, etc.
But it's nice, again, like I mentioned before, anyone who knows Jordan would say that Jordan never speaks. Jordan literally walks. I think you could count when Jordan is walking. One step at a time, slowly. So Jordan is actually telling us now that he stepped out of his comfort zone. I must commend that, and it is good to see that you saw what your weakness was, and now you're using it at your advantage to get to the place that you wish to be. And so you mentioned that you use YouTube mainly to improve your skills today, right?
Right.
So would you say that it is a very reliable source? So for someone who might want to just start to work within the IT sector like yourself?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, YouTube is a viable source, but majority, as Miss Leah once said to me, majority in IT you just have to teach yourself. She really did a number on us at secondary school, as we'll be like, Miss, how do we do that? I'm only teaching it to you once, and the rest you have to teach by yourself.
Right.
We can argue all we want, but she literally just sat there and look at us, look at the textbook and be like, if you want to strive in IT, you gotta teach yourself. I'm like, okay, well, that's how I moved forward through those steps.
And I could testify to that. And so I want to take some time to big up Miss Leon. Of course, I don't think she's no longer at SCSS. She's striving other places. And so we want to say thank you so much, with the little advice you gave and the little, vibes you gave, we are able to actually strive in the world today. By just the simple words of, you need to learn by yourself sometimes. These were some important words. And we want to say thank you for that. And so, Jordan, how do you think that technology really affects us as young persons? Knowing that you are all involved in all of this tech world stuff, how do you think that it affects you as a young person?
I guess it will just make us lazy in regard to day by day we're just inventing stuff, and eventually we just won't need to go out anymore.
And you'll get fat.
Not really. Depends on the person, I would say.
Okay. Anything else?
I would say, yeah, as day by day we inventing stuff, but eventually we just don't really talk to each other as people anymore. We just keep it online. Most people look for their relationships online, and everything is just being done online. So sometimes it's just hard for young people to actually express themselves. Like you'll never approach a girl in person nowadays, or approach someone in person.
Right.
You'll talk to them in person. You'll talk to them online, and then you'll meet them in person. But the interaction is no longer there, and sometimes it makes it hard for people to approach business or anything like that in the real world anymore.
Okay. Thanks a lot again, Jordan. And of course, I still want to let you know that you all can get fat, eh? Because sitting at home at a computer, most persons, and correct me if I'm wrong, most tech persons are gamers, right? You're a gamer.
Yeah,
exactly.
Though most gamers and most tech people are the one skinny kid with the glasses at school and
But you all eat a lot, right?
Well, I don't know one nerd that's fat in my opinion.
But you all do eat a lot, right? So fat is being built. Just want to clear that. But again, Jordan, thank you so much for that so far. And so one more question before we take a quick break, though. If there is someone out there right now who is very much interested in the tech world, what are a few things you think that they would need to do in order to strive for excellence?
Well, a few things they would need to do is, I would say, learn as much as they can in terms of all the things that may be difficult in IT, and try and express themselves more, because majority of the people I know that's into IT, they do not like to speak at all. They rather stick to themselves and just stay in their room and just improve their skills. But in the end of the day, you need to go out of your shell and speak up once in a while.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Jordan. And of course, you just heard it from the IT enthusiast himself, that if you need to immerse yourself into the IT sector, you need to do certain things to get there. And so right now we'll be going for a quick break. And so I am asking you to just stay locked in with us, and we will be right back.
Lucilec aveti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone ça là. Mi an ti commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire. Durant mauvais temps, si la ni en chaise éclair ek l'ouaille, déplogue toute appliance et puis équipement qui ka servi courant électrique. Zéclair ça hausse quantité courant à sous système courant Lucilec. Appliance et équipement qui en service ek dommagé. Fait assis ou ni flashlight, radio qui ka servi batterie et l'autre batterie qui fouet à sous réserve pour si en cas la pe panique courant. Ça c'était en commission Hod Lucilec.
The Soufrière Foundation wishes to remind the public that Port Soufrière is a port of entry to the island. To ensure close adherence to the ISPS, International Security and Port Facility Code, it was necessary to ensure that the standards and protocol at the jetties were not being compromised. The boardwalk jetty is a very active area during the operating hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. As such, docking space is in high demand. The management of the Soufrière Foundation solicits the assistance of all vessel operators and owners who dock at the boardwalk jetty overnight to kindly remove their vessels before 9 a.m. daily to prevent unnecessary confusion regarding docking space and to accommodate all its customers' needs. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
Coming soon to the south from our Latuni store. A simple way to shop, pay, and get your groceries. Used curbside or have it delivered to your home. Massey Stores online supermarket. Visit www.shopmasseystoresslu.com for more information.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edisa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Devant ensemble avec toute jeunesse. Evolve. Growing youth for an inclusive and transformed society. Are you ready?
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my
Of course, we are back to you voices, and again, I am your host, Mr. Edisa Eugene, and we are in with Mr. Jordan Lamontagne, who is an IT enthusiast. Of course, so far, he has told us a whole lot about his love and how he developed that love for IT and how he continues to do interesting things even as he's at his job at the call center named ITEL in Vieux Fort. And of course, Mr. Lamontagne continues in conversation with us this afternoon, where he will be telling us a little more about his business, that he took his skills and turned it into something that he loved. And so, of course, we are back in with Mr. Jordan Lamontagne for those of you who may have forgotten. So again, Mr. Lamontagne. And so, Mr. Lamontagne, I want you to go ahead and just tell us, before we divert into the more business stuff, what do you think are some issues that you are faced with or other persons are faced with in the tech world today?
I would say, one of the issues we have here in particular, I would say there is not much variety in the tech world here, as we get all these qualifications, but there's nothing to do in IT in St. Lucia, like the hotels and the call center, and that's about it. You can do your own side thing, but you don't not really making much income in terms of making money. As let's say you're just doing graphic design, or you're just doing a side repairs, or it's not really that much money coming in compared to having a stable job like in the hotels or in the call center. I really think there could be something more that could be done in terms of getting a stable job here, compared to we just have to migrate in, like most of the people that get the qualifications in IT just migrate to America or migrate to England, Canada, but it's sad that we can't use those skills to improve St. Lucia in a whole.
Very true. And of course, I want to echo your same sentiments, that I don't find that there are many jobs available for persons in your area of study. Mm-hmm. And I think this is something that we would have already discussed prior to this interview, that provisions need to be made for persons like yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And so, what training opportunities do you think that persons like yourself need in order to be successful?
I would say we need, I wouldn't say training, but I would say a bunch of people like me needs to come together as one and brainstorm an idea to actually create a business that will sustain itself in St. Lucia. Not just three people in one place doing a business, but we need a good bit of individuals that could come together and at least create something worthwhile in St. Lucia. And that's my true opinion.
Okay, thanks for that, Jordan. Thank you so much. And so now we're going to talk a little about your business, that you actually took something that you love and you turned it into a business, right?
That's correct.
Now, a lot of the times, you just get persons just creating businesses here, there, and everywhere just for fun. But yours actually have passion and it has the fun part of it as well, which makes you get fat a little bit. I'll keep on letting you know that. And so, right now, again, just remind us about your business. What is the name of your business and why exactly did you start it?
Well, my business is Graphics Express, and my true goal of actually creating the business was only for fun and to actually create something in St. Lucia that I would say I did something, and I wanted it to evolve to the point where I have friends, I have individuals who are in IT and they can't really do nothing in regarding to IT, and I would say I wanted to do it in regard to them, as if to say I left, I want them to strive even when I'm gone. I don't want to stay in my business forever in St. Lucia. I want to migrate to other places and learn new skill sets. But if I could actually create something worthwhile while I'm here and something that could stick, well, it would be quite fun, because my goal is to actually create a business in which people could have fun doing what they love. And yeah, that's basically most of it.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Jordan. And of course, again, just repeat the name of your business.
Graphics Express.
Graphics Express. And earlier on, you did mention that you have a website and your other social medias, right?
That's correct.
So just run us through again where you could be found.
Well, I could be found mostly online. My contact is mostly online. But if you go onto graphicexpress.com, you'll get my contact information and email information. And there's also a live chat on the website itself. And you can also contact me in Facebook, Instagram, and you can communicate in regard to, let's say, if you want your Fire Stick program to get the normal channels or movies and TV shows, or if you want your phone repaired, and also in regard to graphic design also.
Okay, and just before I continue with the questions, I want you to take some time to recognize a few persons in the chat, right? So first we have Mr. Nicholas Altendor, who says, interesting, it's very important to bring and keep up with youth activities, especially in the social media and IT. Wonderful, Nick Altendor from the UK. Thank you so much, Mr. Nicholas, for being locked in with us. You have been one of our greatest supporters for Youth Voices, and I would like to say a huge thank you to you for being locked in with us this afternoon. We have Miss Claudia Lamontagne, and I'm believing this is your mom, who says, good job, Jordan. And we have Miss Anne-Marie Simpson. She said, good afternoon, yes, leave a legacy. Very good. And just before I go to Miss Gemma Bob, Miss Claudia Lamontagne would like to know the services that you provide. So we'll come to this question in a bit. And Miss Gemma Bob says, impressive, Jordan. And we also have Miss Burnell St. Rose, who is the president of the Suffolk Youth and Sports Council, saying, impressive. So, of course, you are getting all of the support this afternoon. And we want to say a huge thank you to everyone who is locked in with us this afternoon. So we will go right to Miss Claudia Lamontagne's question. Tell us about the services that you provide.
Okay, so in terms of, let's say, the Fire Stick programming, we provide like normal the sports channels and all the channels that consist of onto the Fire Stick if we got it programmed for you. And we also provide like tech support, so we repair your phone screen and order your phone screens to repair your devices, or like tablets, phone, computers, etc. And we also do graphic design, and well, that's in those three categories. Yes.
Okay, nice. And I want you to just run us through what are your prices like?
Okay, so in terms of the, let's say,
what you offer.
Okay, so the Fire Stick programming. So let's say if you want the subscription for the programs, it will be like 75 EC for 1 month, or 175 for 3 months, or 300 for 6 months. That's in terms of the Fire Stick programming for the channels and movies and TV shows. For the let's say the repairs, well, to replace your screen will be like 50 EC, and extra money in varies depending on your screen, if we have to order it for you or if you have the screen already. But if you have the screen already and we have to repair it for you, it'll just be 50 EC. And the other repairs the price varies depending on the damage.
Okay, nice. Just for my curiosity, do you guys change batteries of cell phones and whatnot?
Yes, we do.
Okay, excellent. Because I have a few of them packed home, so I need to get somebody to check it out for me. So thank you so much, Jordan, for that. And going back to the chat, we have Miss Anne-Marie Simpson sharing again. I love to see the young people doing positive things and being a good example. Well done, Jordan. So of course, I want you to remember these words. A lot of persons are seeing the positive stuff that you're doing, and so everyone wants you to just keep on doing what you're doing. And to those of you listening to us via radio, we're hoping that you are already following Graphics
Express.
Right, Graphics Express on social media, so you could get them on Facebook, Instagram, and also via their website. And right now, if you are logged onto our Facebook platform, Miss Anne-Marie Sampson would have just posted the link there, so you could just go ahead and see what they offer, and I'm pretty sure you would get access to all the contact details there that you could utilize in order to get hold of Jordan and his partner. So of course, continue to support the vibes, continue to support our young persons of Soufrière, as we are doing great things and we need you in order to move forward. So again, going back to your business, Jordan, are you registered as yet?
Yes, we did. We have registered the business already.
Okay, and knowing that you went through this process, a lot of persons are very much intimidated by the red tape when it comes to registration. Would you say that it was a very difficult process for you?
No, I just went on to an Instagram page. There's a name of a business. Can't really remember the name at the moment. Right. But I just paid them 150 EC, and they just did it all for me and told me to come and collect the certificate when it was done. I just gave them some information and in regard to it, and they just did everything for me.
Okay, so you basically did it the easier way. So
practically.
You're beating the system. Very good. And of course, these are just some tips that Jordan is giving out right now. So if you have your business, you're not yet registered, there are actually persons that you could pay to get this done for you. So of course, Jordan is a perfect example. He did just that. He had to take no bus rides to Castries. So try getting a hold of Jordan. If you need to know how to get this done, feel free. Ask Jordan. Jordan, who did you check? Who did you speak to? And I'm pretty sure Jordan would be able to tell you, right?
Yeah.
So of course, get a hold of the opportunities when they come your way. And going back to your business again, Jordan, very interesting business I find. How would you say this business has been going so far? Do you think it has been very much challenging, easygoing? Tell us.
I'll just say it's just going slow at the moment, as me and my partner is just doing that as a side hustle, and we're working our normal jobs day by day. So what we're just doing at the moment, whatever money we get, we just save it towards actually making a place where we could actually open up. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And so far, would you say that you have been making strides when it comes to the savings and whatnot in terms of reaching the goal mark that you might have?
Yes, I would say we're about halfway.
Okay, great. And so that is definitely impressive. And your mom just mentioned that Connect was the name of the business.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe they contacted me as well. And Miss Anne-Marie Sampson again is sharing Connect Services is a great way to get your business registered without having to go and down to the offices in Castries. So of course, young persons, and not just young persons, everyone who is locked in and listening, if you're passing on the road and you're hearing my voice, if you have a business, you are trying to get registered, and you do not want to go through the hassle of taking a bus to Castries and back, of course, on Instagram you can get a hold of Connect Services, which is a great business and a way to register your business without having to go through that hassle. So again, take up the opportunities when they come your way. Again, contact Connect Services to get your business registered. So thank you so much for that, Jordan. And so, what are some other services that you wish to provide in your business but you don't right now?
I'm thinking of animation in the future, as I always been fascinated with stuff like anime and all those other categories.
Right.
So I'm thinking about animation to like actually use that as a commercial based business. Because I have a lot of people that I know that can draw, but the ability to do drawing here is not quite limited, as they don't really have much animation business in St. Lucia in regard to that also. And let's say I'm also thinking of like creating websites for people also within the business. And
so not right now. So what if somebody comes up to you right now and say, Jordan, can you please create me a website? Would you?
Yeah, well, that depends on what type of website they want. if they want a basic website, I will oblige. But in terms of let's say a more interactive website, in let's say you want it in a particular way that it interacts with you as much as you interact with the website, that would still need to be a learning process for me.
Okay. And I didn't even know there were different types of websites, you know? Thanks for that. And of course, Jordan, very much interesting stuff from you so far. Again, to those of you just joining us, I have with me in studio Mr. Jordan Lamontagne, who is an IT enthusiast. Some of you might see as very quiet, but of course he has so much in store. He has been sharing so much with us this afternoon about his love for IT, and now he's telling us about his business. And so, of course, stay tuned in with us as we are continuing in conversation with Mr. Lamontagne. So again, Mr. Lamontagne, going back to you and your business and everything, I find it to be a very fascinating business. I love it, especially in our community of Sufra. I don't think there are persons really offering this type of services. And so that is definitely commendable. What do you think, apart from the monies that you and your partner would have been working on right now to get yourself to the point into branching out, what do you think major stakeholders could do in order to support persons like you?
I would say actually giving us the facilities to actually be working as into these fields, as majority of the people I know who do have the skills don't have the resources like laptops or anything able to run the softwares we want to run, or the tools that we need to actually do the repairs and all those other categories. Because we really do need the resources to actually do our job, and it might be a little tedious on us to do those without those tools. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that, Jordan. Thank you so much for that. And again, we are hearing it straight out of his mouth from the IT enthusiast himself. You didn't hear it from me. The young people need help for certain areas in life, and of course, he's already trying. Most times persons don't try, but he's already trying to get there. And so, with a little more support, I'm pretty sure that in no time we would see this business going places. And so, to those of you who may be interested in IT or who are already working in the IT sector, and you're able to even provide that extra support to Jordan and his team, that would definitely be greatly appreciated by Jordan just sharing knowledge and everything in order to get out there. And Jordan, knowing that you guys are very much new and whatnot and wish to branch out in the future, do you see yourself employing persons in the future? How do you see it?
Yeah, I could say I would see me employing people if the business does strive up more, and actually have a group of people, or let's say a group of nerds working in one category that we all love and really want to make money into that field, and have fun enjoying each other's company, but also keeping a business mindset in terms of moving forward with the business. Because we all love to have fun, but we all have to be serious when we have to be. And yeah, so I really wish for an environment where I could have a lot of people with creative minds in one spot making money as a living, instead of using it as a side hustle, and working in jobs that we really have no choice but to work in, as it's the only thing there is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you again so much, Jordan, for that. And I'm going back to something that you just said. You said that a group of nerds having fun. I am curious, how do nerds have fun?
I would say talking about, let's say, geeky stuff. Like,
what is geeky stuff? I'm curious. I want to know, because I mean, nerds. To me, nerds are just person seated at a computer or a book or something. That's how I see nerds. Unless you have a whole other perspective when it comes to nerds.
I would guess nerds are people that like talking about, like, let's say, the specifications of the computer specs, or talking about how was this game created, and what programming code was it created, or let's say photography, the megapixels, or the lens. we talk about a lot of techy, geeky stuff. I would say like that.
And that is what you describe to be the fun part of it. So what do you do to free up as a nerd? I mean, apart from just being so engrossed in your tech stuff, what do you do for fun, Jordan? Apart from being all up in your tech stuff, what do you do for fun as a nerd? Because you consider yourself to be a nerd. Y'all didn't hear it from me. Y'all heard it from Jordan himself. Jordan, what do you do for fun?
Okay, so you don't know what I do for fun instead of actually...
and apart from gaming?
Apart from gaming? Apart from photography? Is that a category?
Something. I'm expecting you to tell me, well, you know, I go to the beach, I go to hiking, I bake, I don't know, something more hands-on or something. I mean, IT is hands-on, but I mean, with you now trying to explore and get out of your shell, you should be going to the beach, something.
I mean, I guess communications get out of your shell, but going to events, I mean, have you ever seen a nerd hiking up a hill or something like that?
I don't think I've seen that one, because like I said, when nerds walk, it's like one step at a time, and there's definitely no need to rush. So that one is definitely not something that you'll do for fun.
Exactly.
So what about nothing?
I mean,
think deep, Jordan. Nothing, because I think if that's the case, you need to start doing something. I'll have to come and say, Jordan, let's go to the beach. Or let's go to New Jerusalem. Let's do something for fun.
I mean...
Where no laptops, nothing. We need to take you out of a different space. Think, what is something that you believe you would be able to do for fun? Knowing now that you are coming out of your comfort zone, what is something that you believe you would be able to do for fun? Or you would love to do for fun? Or something you wish to experience in the future?
Something that could be done that exactly not tech savvy.
Yes, not tech savvy.
You're asking me some hard questions there.
Yeah, take your time. we have the whole afternoon, so take your time. I want you to think deep, because now you're telling me you actually want to step out of your comfort zone, because you cannot be there forever. So come on, think. What is something? Oh, let's rephrase. I'm breaking it up for you. I'm making it even easier. Now, I know it's difficult for you now to keep your eye contact. Now, that is not fun, watching somebody in the eyes. That is not fun. However, I'm trying to make this easy for you, but I'm making it hard for myself. What is something that you find difficult right now that you wish that you could do in the future?
I would say, I don't know. I don't wish to do it in the future, but I guess I find it difficult to go to fetes or places that have a lot of people and it's very noisy. I guess I would rather avoid interacting with people that if I don't have to.
Okay, so thank you for that. So far, I'm hoping that our stakeholders are listening. So listen to the next activity we're having for IT geniuses. A big fat IT party. Bring your laptop with loud music. Beach park, venue. Jordan is going to be there, right? You don't like the crowd, you don't like the music, but your laptop will be there. Come and get your websites done by Jordan and his team, where loud music, everything will be there. Of course, I know Jordan is an introvert. However, he did mention that he's trying to step out of that. Not that he will become an extrovert next day. But of course, we will organize that for you, Jordan. We will have fun, right?
We will see about that.
We will see about that. Your mom is even supporting the vibe. She said yes. So, of course, guys, let me tell you, false advertising for now. But please look forward for the best and ever big event called Tech Beach Vibes. Tech Beach Vibes, where? Yes, with A1 jugglers. With A1 jugglers, you don't know Soufre Beach Park. Next year, come Tech Beach event with A1 jugglers. So of course, everybody, get your laptops ready and you come in with your little bikini, you're looking nice, you're looking sweet, you know? So big vibes just for Jordan. We're supporting the vibes. And of course, we're coming down with time. Just a few minutes left and I am loving the atmosphere right now that is being created with laughter and all of the knowledge that I'm actually gaining from Jordan this afternoon. So of course, Jordan, what are a few things you wish to say to the persons, well, I would call them our stakeholders. Let's say, what are a few things you wish to say to our stakeholders who are listening right now?
Well, I guess thank you for joining the broadcast. It was quite a surprise to get Edisa coming in my inbox telling me, Jordan, come and do this interview. I was like, interview? Are you trying to get me out of my comfort zone or something? I was like, I was quite surprised. I didn't expect it to be like a type of. I expected an interview like to be sitting down a bunch of random people listening to people talk, but I didn't know it was like me and her talking in a broadcast in Facebook interview thing. It just came to mind like, gosh.
I deliberately didn't tell him that part because if I did, he would have said no. So I surrender. I did that part on purpose. But continue.
Yeah, so I saw the flyer. I was like, well, it's too late to say no now. And So thanks, Edisa. I did enjoy myself in this interview. It's another learning experience to have me coming out of my own comfort zone in this situation, and I hope it inspires other introverted people to do the same thing in the future. And yeah, so thank you, and thank you for the people who are watching today.
Of course, and these were the final words from Mr. Jordan Lamontagne this afternoon, our IT enthusiast, who we describe to be an introvert, but to me he's not. But of course, this was just Jordan Lamontagne in a nutshell. An IT guy who doesn't like crowds, well, not yet, until our Tech Bitch event next year. Of course, big up Miss Emma Hippolyte on that one. I'm sure that you'd be our top sponsor. Yes. So, yes, we want to say a big thank you so much, Jordan, for joining us this afternoon. And I want to take some time again to just big up all those in the chat. We have Miss Claudia Lamontagne, Mr. Nicholas Alcindor, who has been locked in to all of our Youth Voices episodes. I want to say you thank you to you. You're all up in the UK and you have been supporting us. So shout out to you, Mr. Nicholas, and keep supporting Good Vibes. I want to shout out Miss Anne-Marie Sampson. She also said, you've done great, Jordan. I was surprised to see you too. I know this is out of your comfort zone. Everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. And Miss Burnell St. Rose again is saying, very good interview, Jordan. Keep going. And Johnson, your friend, he said, Jordan owes me money. I don't know about that, but don't worry, Johnson. We will pay you on behalf of Jordan right after we, we are sold out on our event tickets next week. Well, not next week, next year, of course, for our we're going to pay everybody because let me tell you, Jordan will have money, everything after that. Big vibes. So, of course, I am advertising again, guys. Get ready for Tech Bitch Bash. Super Beach Pack with A1 Juggler sponsored by Emma Hippolyte. I didn't say. But yes, get ready for Pure Vibes next year. Thank you all for staying locked in with us. And Ms. Lamontagne saying thank you, Edisa, for providing Jordan with this opportunity. Definitely, it is always a pleasure giving our young persons in the community a platform to express themselves and just coming out of their comfort zone. I'm definitely proud of Jordan. For those of you who may have known Jordan from school, Jordan have definitely come a long way. So big up you, Jordan, big up your circle, and use this opportunity now. Big up a few people that you wish to.
Big up my parents, big up Johnston, sometimes, big up Cade, big up all the people who are in the same field as me and want something more to be done in St. Lucia. Who? Yes, thank you.
I mean, come on. But of course, you just heard Jordan bigging up you guys. Thank you again to everyone who has been tuned in to your voices. And of course, I know I took a long break out, but I am back for sure now. I am healing still, but I am there, and I will continue to bring in the good vibes for us as a community and especially for our young persons. And of course, just before I leave the studio, of course, you'll know I definitely have to be advertising my event. Sorry, this is my show, so I'm advertising my event. Big up eBamboo Creations, the same speed. Big up eBamboo Creations, the same speed. If you have not gotten your tickets, do so soon. Of course, this event is open for everyone. A lot of persons have questions. It is open for everyone, right? And so, December 12th, venue, Villa de Piton, from 6 p.m. doors will be open. Ticket only $150. It is an all-inclusive event. So you're getting your painting items, your food, your drinks, everything on lock. And of course, you dress casually, like elegantly casual, to be corrected. Elegantly casual. Just pure vibes. We have entertainment by Mr. Solo Bliss and Miss Bree, who will be just serving us the whole night. So of course, guys, make it a vibe, make it a date. Bring your madam, bring your monsieur, bring everybody. And especially if you have a business and you're interested in just being part of the business mixer, big news. I actually have my consultants from Trinidad going to be present at this event. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity for small businesses to actually come and advertise themselves, the products, everything that you offer. Try your best to contact me and I will be sure to have you on board. So of course, if you are trying to get a hold of your tickets, you could check out Sandra's Boutique or Kershi for your tickets. You could check out Miss Burnell St. Rose, Miss Ferrier Simon, Silver Blends, that's Deja, myself. And you could always check out those of you in Fort and Jap, Nella's Creation, which is Sasha, for your tickets. Again, only $150, all-inclusive event. So get your tickets now. Don't say I didn't tell you, because when tickets done, it's done. Don't cry for me, Argentina. So of course, see you all December 12th. And with that, I am definitely signing out now to you voices. I am your host, Miss Edisa Eugene. See you next week.
Welcome to Youth Voices with your host, Miss Edisa Eugene, where we focus on youth advocacy, youth empowerment in academics, entrepreneurship, sports, marginalized youth, and more. Tune in every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Youth Month 2022. Pour ensemble avec toute jeunesse. Evolve.